Welcome back to Mac Talks Football. Another game, another breathtaking game of football in the FIFA World Cup 2026 between Belgium and Egypt, and the game ends in a one-all draw. I went for a one-all draw in this game. I said it was going to be a very, very tough game. I said it was going to be a very entertaining game, and we were, in my opinion, treated to a really, really great game of football. A big, and a huge credit to both of the teams, both set of players, the way that they played that game. It was not an easy time to play. It was like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, 12 noon, where they were playing that game in the heat. But both sets of players, they ran their socks off, and it was such a open game of football. I think you want to watch games like this, even though it ended up being a one-all game. The way and the tempo and the rhythm that it was played on, it was so fast. You couldn't literally take your eyes off the screen with the way that things were moving. I think Belgium started on the front foot for the first 5 to 7 minutes, and then Egypt responded from the get-go. They really did not let Belgium get some momentum or create any sort of a rhythm, or they did not let Belgium try to dictate the play. Whenever it felt like Belgium were getting the game under control, Egypt would come through. They would make their own move. They would get on get one of their attacks going on, and they would put Belgium on the back foot. They would put Belgium under pressure, and that would disrupt anything that Belgium were trying to create. I think that was a really good thing, and the way that they played. And of course, Belgium knew at the back of their mind. Of course, they knew the players that Egypt they have in the front, like Mohamed Salah, Umar Marmoush, Issam Ashour, all of them. You knew that there was always going to be a threat for Egypt at the front, and Belgium knew about that. And I said in my preview as well that I was seeing all the predictions and whatnot, and everybody was just raving about this Belgium team, and I said they were really underestimating the Egyptian side. And I was really surprised about it, because I know how tough that Egyptian defense is, and they showed today in that game that it's not going to be easy to break them down. It's going to be really hard for teams to come and and try to break that Egyptian defense down. And I think they basically they're the toughest team in their group. They've played their game against the toughest team in the group, and I think and they've shown how good they are. So it's a big achievement for Egypt to not lose this game. They were a bit unlucky considering that on goal. Otherwise, it looked like they might go ahead and get a first World Cup win under their belt. And now I think there's a big chance that they might end up going out of the group. And again, I'm gonna say, people are going to talk about the superstars, the Umar Marmoushis and Mohamed Salahs and whatnot, but you need to look at that Egyptian defense, because I think that is where their main strength comes from. It is really hard to break them down, and Belgium find out about that. It was really hard for them to to get any shots. You can name your Charles de Keterar. I think I really felt for him. He was nowhere in the game. I think the way they Belgium set up, it was an impossible task for him to do something up front. Playing that false number nine. I think that was a miscalculation on the Garcia's part, the Belgian engine. I think the way they set up was wrong in my opinion. And if he wanted to set up like that, he should have played Lukaku from the get-go. I think Trossard was not on his level. If I'm being very honest, as an Arsenal fan, I know what he can do. He was not really up for it. Doku, him again, not really showing the things that he can do. So a lot of the I felt Belgium players did not play up to their potential. Even De Bruyne, even though he hit the crossbar with that free kick, they really did not play to the level that you would accept. And I think one of the reasons was that the Egyptians were frustrating them quite a lot. They kept on coming. The pressing from the Egyptians was really good, and they caught into them. They were tackling them right, left, right, and center. They were not letting them have the moments on the ball. They were not letting them try to dictate or try to have a moment or two with the ball, so that they can do something creative. And I think that was really good from Egypt, that they constantly kept the Belgians under the pressure. Throughout the game, you just felt like Belgians were just waiting for that extra second, and that never really came. It did not matter who had the ball, which player from the Belgian side had the ball. They were just looking for an inch or so that they can do something creative, try to make a pass, try to take a shot. It did not happen because the Egyptians were on them. like rats on cheese. So I think that was a really good way of pressing by the Egyptian. And again, the manager Hossein Hassan needs to be given the credit for that, because he knew how important this game was, and he knew how many good players Belgium have. Yeah, the way that Egypt played, I think it was really good. They defended like their lives depended on it, and then when they got the counter attack, they went on it. I'm a bit disappointed with Marmoush, if I'm being very honest. I think there were about two or three chances where he could have, made better decisions, and Egypt could have gotten that a second goal. Salah made a great save out of Courtois, but apart from that, he was not really. What's the word I want to use? He was not really that influential in the game. I was quite disappointed with the big game players, if I'm being very honest. Which I thought, I knew that it was going to be an open game, and I thought one of these players is going to be the star of the game. But none of them really stepped up. Sam Ashur, I mean, that was a really great goal, very well taken goal. A great Egyptian move. The ball comes to him outside of around the 15-yard box. Take the shots, no chance for Courtois to save that. A great goal for the youngster, and Egypt very well deservedly, I think, took the lead, and then they conceded that on goal. As I said, it was quite a bit unlucky. In my opinion, it was a fair result. I did not think that Belgium did enough. I neither did Egypt, in my opinion. I don't think either of them did enough to win that game, and I don't think either of them did that bad that they should have lost that game. So overall, I think it was a good game of football. It was a fair result, and yet again, it has opened up the group. You would have thought Belgium are going to win this game and they're going to top, and then at one moment, it like Egypt might win and they are going to go top. So now it's a chance for the underdogs to somehow get a win in their next game. Iran and New Zealand are going to play later on in the morning. It's going to be 4 o'clock where I am, but of course we are going to watch that game because it's the World Cup. So it's a big chance for Iran or New Zealand. If one of them gets the win, they are going to be three. They are going to be top of the table, and then there's a big chance that they might end up going to the next round. So this draw has really opened up the group. I think it will be a very tight group, and I said in my preview as well that Belgium often unfortunately disappoint in big tournaments, and again their performance today has, I would say, would have disappointed a lot of Belgians, because they really did not really posed a threat. If I'm being very honest, that's the word I want to use. You never really felt that Belgium are going to go ahead and get a goal, that they were not really threatening. You would have thought that Belgium, everybody thought they were the favorites again, which is surprising. I keep on saying I don't know why people thought that, but the pedigree of the players between Belgium and Egypt is not that differential. So the concept that Belgium were easily going to come in, and I think that was the fault. That was the mindset with which Belgium came as well. I think that is one of the reason that they were not really able to win the game, because mentally they just felt that it's going to be a walk in the park for them. They're going to go out and they're going to get the job done. I mean, you just watched Spain draw their game against Cape Verde, so you should have known it's not going to be an easy game. And I think Egypt showed them why it was not going to be an easy game. Entertaining game, no doubt about it. A fair result in the end, and I get my prediction correct. I get my scoreline correct as well. I went for a 1-0 draw. It ended up being a 1-0 draw, but and then, as I said, quite an entertaining game. That's from me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the game, Belgium's performance, Egypt's performance, and after this draw, who do you think is going to qualify for the next round from this group? Sorry. Let me in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well. Click on the notification bell. Of course, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 600 subscribers before the end of the group stages. So please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Just 20 subscribers remaining. So please go ahead and subscribe. And until next time, bye-bye.